Adding Florian Wirtz to Liverpool's side with a Mohamed Salah that already scores a bundle of goals. You know, you're running out of excuses, boys. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear the players are gelling, they're bedding in, we lost this, we lost that. No. I don't want to hear it, all right? Liverpool have to win the league next season. Yes, people, welcome back to my channel, and thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed so far. This is obviously the second video I'm dropping on my channel. If you didn't see the first, go back and watch it. It's an Arsenal keep, bench, sell. But today, Liverpool are the focus. Today, I'm going to tell you why Liverpool have to win the Premier League next season. No excuses. I don't want to hear it, to be honest. Liverpool have just broken their transfer record, club record fee for the German youngster Florian Wirtz. I'm just looking here, he's only 22. Wirtz is only 22 years old, so he's young, but he's not young in terms of experience. He's played many games for Bayer Leverkusen. He's played 197 games in all competitions for Bayer Leverkusen. So Liverpool are getting themselves a young, exciting player, but an experienced player. He's won a league title, he's won a cup. And let's just take a little look at Florian Wirtz and his numbers. Wirtz played 31 games for Leverkusen last season, scoring 10 goals and getting 13 assists. He started 75% of those games. So he played 31 games. You can play a maximum of 34. So Wirtz is very reliable. He's a player that you can rely on to be there, not only just in terms of the goals and assists, but he will just be available, doesn't get injured much. And if we look at Liverpool's midfield statistics, so outside of Salah, Diaz, Gakpo and Jota, Dominic Szoboszlai, 6 goals, 7 assists. McAllister, 5 goals, 5 assists. Ryan Gravenberch isn't really that sort of player. And Gravenberch didn't actually score a goal last season in the Premier League for Liverpool, but he did end up with 4 assists. So clearly Arne Slot has looked at it and he probably doesn't want to be too over-reliant on Mohamed Salah. Obviously, Mohamed Salah last season scoring 29 goals, 18 assists, breaking that 38-game league goals and assists record. So Arne Slot's probably looked and said, we can't rely on Mohamed Salah to only be the one who's providing big numbers. And Wirtz, he provides that. So for me, adding Florian Wirtz to Liverpool's side with a Mohamed Salah that already scores a bundle of goals, you know, you're running out of excuses, boys. You're going to have to, you know what I mean? You're going to have to match it at least or get close to the level you were at last season. They haven't just stopped there. Florian Wirtz isn't the only signing. Of course, we saw Trent Alexander-Arnold leave the club for Real Madrid. It was on a free, but Real Madrid paid an extra 10 million euros, I believe, so that Trent could play in the Club World Cup. And they didn't waste any time, Liverpool. They got in Jeremie Frimpong, an impressive right back. Jeremie Frimpong obviously played in that unbeaten Xabi Alonso side with the likes of Wirtz, the likes of Xhaka, Boniface, even Nathan Tella was in that side, Jonathan Tah. So he's been part of an impressive team that's made their impact in not only Germany but in Europe as well. So in Jeremie Frimpong, you're getting a similar kind of player to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you're going to learn I'm a bit of a numbers stats man. I don't think they're everything, but the numbers give you a bit of an indication of what sort of player you're getting from a productivity point of view and just a style of play. So obviously Jeremie Frimpong is a right back, but he predominantly operated as a right wing back under Xabi Alonso at Leverkusen with that 3-5 at the back system. He played 33 games, starting around 74%, scored 5 goals, got 6 assists. Now, that's 11 goal contributions from essentially right back, right wing back, however you want to look at it. And that's the sort of player they're losing in Trent, a productive right back, someone who puts up the numbers. We'll take a look at Trent's numbers. So last season, Trent got 3 goals and 7 assists, played 33 games for Liverpool, starting 74%, so the same percentage as Frimpong. He got 3 goals and 7 assists. Jeremie Frimpong actually outdone Trent in terms of goals and assists combined just by 1, but it shows you that Arne Slot wants a similar type of a fullback, not a defensive-minded one who's not afraid to get forward, bomb up and down the wing. Where Frimpong's a bit different to Trent is he's a bit quicker, he's a bit more explosive, and for me, it's a good signing. It keeps the level relatively similar at right back, slightly different as I said, but it's another reason why Liverpool have to win the league for me, because you're replacing quality with quality. So don't want to hear none of this, you know, we're bedding in new players. You got a league winning title side there, okay? So you're gonna need to be doing similar things. On to my next reason, Milos Kerkez. Now, for the people out there who play Football Manager, you know about Milos Kerkez, a very good player, Hungarian left back, only 21 years years old, very young, on the verge of losing that wonder kid status, but I'm going to call him a bit of a wonder kid. Last season he started 100% of his games for Bournemouth, played in every game, scoring 2 goals and got 6 assists. Once again, an attacking-minded fullback. There's reports Andy Robertson will be leaving the club. It's looking like Atletico Madrid are interested in Andy Robertson, but for me, in Kerkez, you're getting basically Andy Robertson's regen. He's defensively solid as well as being quite efficient going forward. Not as attacking as Frimpong maybe, but a very similar player. A bit of a traditional fullback, overlapping, getting up and down the flank. And I think Andy Robertson, you've noticed over the last season or two, he has sort of begun to fall off a bit of a cliff. Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold was such a formidable fullback pairing over the years under Jurgen Klopp. They were actually competing with each other to see who could get the most assists. So you need someone who can come in and play in that similar style to Andy Robertson, and Milos Kerkez is that. And not only is he that, he's Premier League proven. We saw how impressive Bournemouth were under Andoni Iraola. You've got the likes of Kluivert, Semenyo, Dean Howson's gone to Real Madrid, Arsenal aside in Kepa. Yeah, it's a backup keeper, but a lot of the Bournemouth players who played under Iraola are looking like they're going to move on to bigger and better things. So Milos Kerkez, a good signing. I think it's about £35 million, 40 million euros. I actually think it's quite cheap, or maybe just well priced. In this modern transfer market, it's hard to really call what is a fair price and what isn't. But people, Liverpool have not stopped there. At the time of recording, there's numerous reports across all the big platforms that Liverpool are strongly interested in Marc Guehi. Now, Marc Guehi, I'm a big fan of. I think he's a quality player. Obviously came up through the Chelsea youth system, gone on to Crystal Palace, captained the side to that FA Cup victory against Manchester City at the end of the season. England international. Marc Guehi is a very, very good player, very good centre-back. And to me, I think Arne Slot's bringing him in because I don't think Jarell Konsa was challenging Konate enough. I think Konate knew if he was fit, he'd start. Whereas when you bring in a Marc Guehi, not only is he bringing quality on the pitch, his leadership alongside Van Dijk, I mean, you're looking at a very, very formidable centre-back pairing. And if you go back to my last video, I did claim that Saliba and Gabriel are the best centre-back partnership in the league. I still believe that. However, Marc Guehi and Van Dijk, it's got the writings of a very, very good partnership. You know, I'm not going to put them above Gabriel and Saliba on paper yet. But for me, if Marc Guehi joins Liverpool, it's a big problem for the league. If you're not a Liverpool fan, obviously. Big, big problem. He brings quality, leadership, experience. It's a good signing. Let's see if that happens. But for me, if Marc Guehi joins Liverpool, I'm looking at it and I'm saying you have to win the league. You have to. But yeah, that's my opinion. Obviously, Liverpool have just announced the signing of Florian Wirtz. I believe they've announced Frimpong as well. Kerkez is to follow. There's even reports they're looking at Alexander Isak. If you want me to be honest, I can't see Isak joining Liverpool. I just think Newcastle are they're too financially strong and off the pitch, and if they're going to sell a player because of PSR, I think the last player would be Isak. I think Joe Linton would go before him. I think Murphy, Anthony Gordon, Guimaraes. I think Guimaraes and Isak are the last two Newcastle would look to sell because they're just pivotal to the side and they're very, very good players. I think they get into most sides in the world. So if Liverpool were to buy Alexander Isak, I mean, I know I'm saying Liverpool have to win the league. They really have to win the league and maybe even the Champions League if they get someone like Alexander Isak, because the squad would just be ridiculous. I'd actually be very jealous. I'd be hating on them. I genuinely look at it today. We're sitting in the end of June. We're not in July yet, so there's loads more to happen. But as of today, looking at the business, going off last season, I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear the players are gelling. They're bedding in. We lost this, we lost that. No, 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 no. I don't want to hear it, all right? Liverpool have to win the league next season, okay? And that's it. Do I think they will? I mean, I got trust in Arsenal. I got trust in Mikel Arteta. I'm confident we can go out and win it, but I'm always confident. So that's sort of irrelevant. But taking my Arsenal hat off, looking at the clubs, the squads, going off last season, don't want to hear any excuses, Liverpool fans. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if I've gone too far. Am I just trying to put the pressure on Liverpool? I genuinely believe they got to win the league. I don't want to hear any excuses, but you let me know. Leave a comment, like, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend. But yeah, more content coming, more videos coming. Thank you to everyone who's watched and supported so far. It really means a lot. And yeah, guess I'll see you next time. Peace!